Welcome back to What's Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Ghost Town Encounter, and it's under the command of Angelina75. Battle started. Now this little Arty was derived from the hull of the Light Viz 38 and also the Panzer 38T and also the Marder and also the Hetzer. Yes, it's the same hull. It's been used by quite a few German vehicles and it was manufactured at the Pilsen factory in Czechoslovakia. Now this one's got a 15cm howitzer on it. If you took the howitzer off and mounted an anti-tank gun, you'd end up with a Marder. Okay, Angelina's aiming towards, well, the north end of the map at the moment, but this is the encounter battle, so it's all about the cap. Enemy tank's been spotted on the west side. T-34. Now she's dialing in on target. Ah, right, Panzer 3-4. He's on the move. Ah, AMX-40. Now she can hit that. He's slow, sluggish. Direct hit! 179 just as the Panzer 3-4 explodes in front of us and then the duck gets crispy. Okay, looks. Now that's a Panzer II variant. Unfortunately she missed that one, but can she get another shot on him? Lined up. Just letting it dial in. She fires around into that area and she hits the wreck. The Lux was actually killed by the Bishop. Okay, in the cap area we've got a T-28 and he's about to be joined by an M3 Lee and a KV-1S, and we just lose our A-20 and a T-28. Okay, so we're aiming for the M3 Lee. And the enemy's capping with 3 tanks at the moment. Now she should be able to wipe out that M3 Lee with just one shot. So if he stays where he is, she'll get him. Rounds out. Direct hit! And KV-1S is in the cap, but we haven't got anybody nearby to actually show us where he is. So instead, Angelina's decided to hit some other targets and a KV-1's come to view. She's dialing in on him, almost fully dialed in, rounds out. That's definitely a hit. Tracked him. See, somebody's firing at him but having difficulty trying to get through the turret armor. Angelina's almost loaded. Rounds out. And another direct hit. Nobody spotting in the center yet. Oh, they have found the KV-1S in the cap, but instead Angelina's going after this KV-1 and this T-80 who's in the pit. And I think she's going to go for the KV-1 first. No, changed her mind, going for the T-80. Dialing in. Not there yet. Rounds out. And a kill shot! The shell landed in the pit, so that's a very narrow spot to aim for, but she managed to get it. Okay, next target is a Matilda, and this is going to be a leading shot because he's on the move. She'll need to aim a bit further ahead of him. I think that's going to miss. It did. That KV-1's getting very close, but he's low on hit points, so I don't think he's going to last very long. She's almost ready to go. She can shoot at him. He's firing at the KV-1S in the cap. She gets a big hit for 157 and the KV-1 gets killed by the KV-1S. Okay, that Matilda's trying to attack our guys in the town. Oh! I think that was an eye for an eye. Matilda killed the KV-1 and the KV-1 killed the Matilda. No, we can't get a shot in the M81. There's a red line. So Angelina's decided to go out into the field near the Bishop because of course that will give her much better sight lines on the enemy tanks in the town. Yep, you see him firing in. The Bishop has a very, very accurate gun. It's a 4.5 inch. It's got a very short range, but it's incredibly accurate. And the shells are coming down almost vertically on the enemy, which means that you can get substantial damage. Okay, she's nicely out into the field. That's a nice little spot there. She's trying to pick a sight line so that she can get shots on the enemy. Now, the enemy's only got 3 vehicles left. They've got a Sav M43 and 2 Arty. Our team's got 4 players left. She's expecting the Sav to come in from the west because... oh, there he is! Unfortunately, she's got a red line, which means she can't shoot at him. He's just obstructed by the buildings. And he kills our KV-1S and starts capping. Our only light tank is the AMX-40 and he's in the north. But the Bishop kills the Sav M43, which means Angelina can now go after this other enemy Grille. She's dialing in. Oh, he goes down. He's taken out by the AMX-40, the Duck. And Angelina and the Bishop are going to go into the town and start capping. The last remaining enemy is the M41 HMC, which is a 155mm howitzer mounted on top of an M24 Chaffee hull. Now with 2 in the cap, it will cap a lot quicker, but I'm pretty certain that the enemy Arty will try and come in for a recap, or reset rather. Okay, Bishop's capping. Best place to cap will be over by the wall, because at that end he can't get any shots on you if he's staying outside the cap, but he's got to come around the corner to shoot at you. And if you aim correctly, and what you should do with shotguns like this where you're ambushing someone, is aim where you expect them to actually appear as a full vehicle. So ideally on these circumstances you want to aim, say, around about there or just there. So turn a little to the right. That's it, she's got it now. And that's where the vehicle will appear full, and so you'll be actually able to hit the superstructure. But don't be tempted to turn the vehicle, because if you do, to try and track the vehicle, you might actually hit the wall. And the easiest way to stop you doing this is actually to apply the handbrake, which is by pressing the X key. And there's the M41, he's been spotted. And she turns to face him, upsets her aim. Well, he gets hit by the Bishop, and he was stunned by her shot, but she goes in for the kill for the Ram, and he fires his gun and blows himself up in the process. He kills Angelina, but by firing his gun at close range, he killed himself. Oh, what a silly move for the M41, but what a clever move for Angelina, because by covering his gun, she blew him to pieces and won the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see how well she did. Well, she got a second-class tanker in that game. She got a bruise medal for getting at least 11 critical hits, and she got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. That's a battle hero medal. And she got a win rate of 4,187, which is super Unicum standard. She did get the highest damage in the game, 1,169. The next high score was KV-1S with 1,062 on the enemy team, and then their Matilda with 872. When it came to kills, the high scorer was the Bishop with 4 kills. The KV-1S had 3, so did the M41 and Sav M43, and Angelina only got 2, unfortunately. But when it came to base XP, it was KV-1S who did the best with 685, then Angelina with 621, and finally the Churchill with 612, and the Bishop with 512. She fired 10 rounds, got 6 direct hits, no penetrations but 7 splash. Damage of 1,169 hit points, of which 1,163 were at more than 300 meters. So she received 1 hit. It was from that M41, and it was 1 hit by way of splash damage as he fired at her, but blew himself to pieces in the process because he was right inside the blast radius, and so the full force of the shell went onto him, not onto her. She was obviously going to die in the explosion, but by aiming at her, he actually gave them the victory. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, that was the M41. She damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 230 hit points of stun assist of 5 stuns. On a premium count, she earned 28,707 credits, got 50,000 credits from Veni Vidi Vici, so a total 78,707, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 71,200 credits. She picked up 1 bond for getting a Battle Hero medal, and 931 XP, times 4 for the first victory, took away 3,726 experience points altogether. So shotgun and RAM in the cap so that you could win. Yes, very clever. You did exactly the right thing and it worked beautifully. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.